Buddy, I'll never lack. That chopper make a nigga dance. Versatile freelance. Any nigga depends. I don't know nothing about that, man. Y'all still some little, you know what I'm saying? I've been listening to the new Playboy Barney and shit. Y'all just don't know nothing about that real music, no cap. Yo, YouTube. Today we got another motherfucker bang for y'all boys. Today we will be reacting to something a little bit different. I had this video recommended to me by one of my viewers. Shout out to bro. The disturbing true story behind Oregon. I need my soundboard for this. I need my soundboard for this, bro. It's only right. Especially for these type of videos. What? Now, in my opinion, I think Oregon is top 3 maps in the game. Probably, arguably. Actually, no. I ain't gonna lie. My favorite map in the game is Emerald Plains. I think top 3 for me is probably Emerald Plains, Clubhouse, and then Oregon. They need to rework Oregon, do something with it. You know what they need to do? They need to bring back night maps. That's what they really need to do, bro. But enough yapping. Y'all let me know y'all top 3 maps in the comments. Let's check it out.
Iconic. Behind one of the most iconic maps.
Oh, yeah. Another thing, too. New channel, man. Shout out R6 Surge. Y'all boys gonna drop them a sub.
Behind one of the most iconic maps in Rainbow Six Siege lies a disturbing story that claimed the lives of 86 people and left around 27 wounded.
Hold on. Whoa. Whoa, we're moving a little too fast. What the hell did this nigga just say?
Behind one of the most iconic maps in Rainbow Six Siege lies a disturbing story that claimed the lives of 86 people and left around 27 wounded.
What?
This is the story of the Waco Siege. The siege, which had occurred between February 28th and
Wait, it's
April
called
19th,
the Siege?
1993 at the Mount Carmel Center near Waco, Texas, resulted in the deaths of 86
That's
1993
dead-ass Oregon.
at the Mount Carmel Center.
Look, this is actually Oregon. It's just a little, this one's a little bit bigger. You know what they should do? They should rework it to this map. No.
Waco, Texas, resulted in the deaths of 86 people and became one of the most controversial events in modern American history.
Damn,
the instant attention to issues surrounding religious freedom, government overreach, and law enforcement tactics. The Branch Davidians were an offshoot of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Formed in the 1930s, the group believed in apocalyptic prophecies, and over the decades, they attracted a small but devout following. By the 1980s, Vernon Wayne Howell, who later adopted the name David Koresh, became the group's leader. Koresh, who is a charismatic preacher, claimed to be the final prophet and promoted an interpretation of the Bible that emphasized the imminent end of the world.
Oh, hell nah. Yo, you was off. Wait. Hold on, bro. I thought Oregon was literally, ain't Oregon in like Colorado or some shit? Yo, I thought Oregon was just a normal person's house, like just randomly gang that they found on like Google Maps. What the hell is this nigga talking about? This nigga talk about he interpreted the Bible to make it the end of the world? What? Yo, Tom Clancy, let me find out y'all niggas is on some demonic shit up there, gang. I'm gonna instantly switch games. Nigga, hey, that new Verdansk just came out.
Koresh
might have to hop on Call of Duty, man.
Became the group's leader. Koresh, who is a charismatic preacher, claimed to be the final prophet and promoted an interpretation of the Bible that emphasized the imminent end of the world, hence the apocalyptic prophecies. His followers believed that he had been chosen to reveal the mysteries of the 7 seals from the Book of Revelation. Under Koresh's leadership, the Branch Davidians expanded their compound at Mount Carmel, where they lived communally. However, Koresh's practices raised concerns among law enforcement and his former followers. He allegedly took multiple wives, some as young as 12 years old, and fathered numerous children with members in the group. In addition, reports surfaced that the Branch Davidians were stockpiling weapons, which fueled suspicions that the group was preparing for a violent confrontation. Here's where the fun begins. In 1992, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, also known as the ATF, began investigating the Branch Davidians after receiving reports of illegal firearm purchases and modifications. The group had acquired a significant number of guns and ammunition, which the ATF believed violated federal weapons laws. Based on these concerns, the ATF obtained a search warrant for the Mount Carmel Center compound and an arrest warrant for David Koresh on firearm charges. On February
Damn, David! They came and raided your shit, bro. They gave you the young nigga. David got hit with a Rico. That's tough.
February 28th, 1993, the ATF attempted to execute the search and arrest.
Okay, here we go. Now let's see what's up in this. Let's see what's up in Oregon. Wait, I'm confused though. Why did Siege add this to the game? Like, what the hell? If they knew it was all this other weird stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? This dude trying to figure out the different parts of the Bible and shit. This is literally a cult. This is an actual cult, bro. Why did they add this to the game? It sounds like a Fears of Fathom episode, bro.
However, the operation quickly spiraled out of control. Despite planning the raid with an element of surprise, the Branch Davidians had been tipped off to the raid by a local news crew. And when the agents arrived,
this how you know something crazy going up in there. Nigga, look how they posted. They are terrified. What the?
Branch Davidians had been tipped off to the raid by a local news crew. and when the
So let me guess, Tom Clancy saw this and the nigga got inspired. Let me guess, bro.
arrived, a gunfight broke out. Really quickly, 99.7% of people who
Alright, yo, R6 Surge, this is my first time reacting to your vid. Don't piss me off already, gang. Nah, just playing. Yo, make sure y'all boys drop a little subscription. You know what I'm saying? He only got 6.8K. It's a pretty good video so far, man. We should low-key start watching this guy's channel, man.
watch my channel aren't
Video pretty decent so
subscribed, so if
far.
you're gonna enjoying this video, please consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. Anyways, back to the video.
Oh, no, wait, we're good, we're good. I'm gonna edit all this out, don't worry. Oh, yeah, hey. All right, this nigga started posting gameplay videos. Yeah, I'm unsubscribing. What the hell's going on here?
It remains unclear who fired the first shots, but the firefight resulted in the deaths of 4 ATF agents and 6 Branch Davidians.
What?
Both sides also sustained numerous injuries.
So Tom Clancy
Following
literally
the
saw
failed
this and he
raid,
got
the ATF
inspired.
withdrew and the FBI took over the operation. With Koresh refusing to surrender, the stage was set for a prolonged, intense
Wait, why did
standoff.
they start shooting back, though?
Numerous injuries.
Yeah,
Following the failed raid, the ATF withdrew and the FBI took over the operation. With Koresh refusing to surrender, the stage was set for a prolonged, intense standoff. For the next 51 days, the FBI engaged in negotiations with Koresh and his followers, attempting to peacefully resolve the situation. However, during this period, several women, children, and elderly members of the group were released from the compound, but Koresh and most of the core members remained inside. Koresh continued to resist surrender, citing religious reasons and claiming that he needed to complete a manuscript which detailed his interpretation of the
Why didn't the police just, oh, because they wanted to peacefully resolve it. I was going to say, why didn't the police just go in there and raid and actually run up in there and, you know what I'm saying?
And seals. Meanwhile, the FBI grew increasingly frustrated as negotiations stalled. Inside the compound, conditions deteriorated as food and water supplies dwindled. As the standoff continued, the FBI employed psychological tactics to pressure the Branch Davidians into surrendering. These included cutting off power, broadcasting loud music, and using floodlights to create sleep deprivation. Despite these efforts to pressure, water supplies dwindled. As the standoff continued, the FBI employed psychological tactics to pressure the Branch Davidians into surrendering. These included cutting off power, broadcasting loud music, and using floodlights to create sleep deprivation. Despite these efforts, Koresh remained defiant, and the situation became a national spectacle, with the media closely following each development. By around mid-April, after nearly 2 months of failed negotiations, the FBI decided to escalate its tactics. On April 19th, 1993, FBI agents began an assault on the compound using tanks to inject tear gas into the buildings.
They said, I'm sick and tired of y'all ass, bro. Y'all niggas gonna give this place up or we finna come take it from y'all. Yo, they pulled up with tanks? Hey, bro, why are we pulled up with tanks though, dude? They don't even got no, like, they don't got no real artillery up in there. Y'all could have literally just sent, like, literally 5, 6, 7 men up in there with some vests on, you know what I'm saying, and cleared out the place. That's it. I don't have to pull up with tanks, so nigga, this is uncalled for. This is overkill, bitch.
The Branch Davidians out.
Yo, Tom Clancy. So you telling me you added Oregon, but you didn't think to add the tanks? Yo, imagine tanks in siege. That would have been tough.
The FBI had hoped that the non-lethal gas would convince them to
should have got inspired by the tanks and the tear gas, bitch.
A peaceful surrender.
Got inspired for the wrong
However,
reasons.
Koresh and his followers did not emerge, and instead, shortly after noon, fires broke out in several parts of the compound. The fire rapidly engulfed the entire complex, and despite efforts to control the blaze, it ultimately consumed the buildings. By the time the fire was extinguished, 76 Branch Davidians, including David Koresh, had died. The victims included men, women, and children, many of whom died from smoke inhalation, burns, or gunshot wounds.
Peace, dude. That's sad.
Only a few members of the group managed to escape the flames.
Genuinely sad, bro.
The exact cause of the fires remains a topic of intense debate. The government maintained that the Branch Davidians set the fire themselves, either as a form of mass suicide or as a part of their apocalyptic beliefs. Survivors of the group, however, claim that the fire was inadvertently triggered by the FBI's assault. Okay,
I'm just still confused on why Tom Clancy decided to put... Was Tom Clancy a part of these? Why did Tom Clancy decide to put this in the game? Like, am I tripping, chat?
Investigations following the siege, including one by Congress, were unable to definitively conclude who was responsible for the fire. Critics argued that the government had used excessive force and escalated the situation unnecessarily, which led to the deaths of innocent civilians, particularly women and children. Others supported the FBI's actions, though, emphasizing the danger posed by heavily armed and radicalized groups. The siege also had far-reaching implications for anti-government and militia movements in the US. Many viewed the Waco siege as a symbol of government overreach and a violation of civil liberties. This perception played a role in the rise of anti-government sentiments during the 1990s and influenced figures such as Timothy McVeigh, who cited the Waco incident as a motivating factor in his decision to carry out the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995. It is commonly known in the R6 community that—
Alright, here we go. Now we're finna figure out why they decided to add it to the game. You know what I'm saying?
Oregon is based off the Waco siege due to the map's uncanny
Oh,
resemblance—
look, it says never surrender too. Oh!
to the Mount Carmel Center, as well as the subtle hints throughout the map. The first resemblance to Mount
I deadass never knew this.
Carmel Center in Oregon is the layout of the area surrounding the building. Both are set in a rural area where the only building is itself.
I mean, you
Layout
can
of the
literally
area
even see it
surrounding
right
the
here. It
building.
ain't even
Both
about
are
the
set
rural part. You can see it. This little side literally looks just like this. Look like attic right here. This look like kids. Like this looks just like it, bro. This look like you spawn junkyard. You go up, jump down the big window. You know what I'm saying?
In a rural area where the only building is
It's
itself.
identical.
There are also construction sites on both maps, like shown in these photos.
I ain't gonna lie, this is very intriguing. No cap. Hey, big word. Y'all niggas ain't even know I could. You feel me? Y'all know I graduated with 4.0 GPA. I'm really like, go on, intrigued, bro. I'm very intrigued right now.
Construction sites on both maps, like shown in these photos.
See? Look, I told y'all. It's literally
The
identical.
street also closely resembles what the actual street looked like outside.
Oh, when the police was, they was outside scared as hell. I told y'all Tom Clancy got inspired by that, bro. When they were outside terrified, ducking behind.
The Mount Carmel Center, with both streets being littered with police cars and barricades.
Oh.
Both the street and the construction site are spawn points in the actual game. The third resemblance is that they both have a huge banner hung
It says
from one of the
never
towers.
surrender.
They don't say
But
the exact
why,
same thing,
though?
but they
Yo,
both
Serge, you better explain why Tom Clancy decided to add this. I don't get it.
suggest defiance and rebellion
Tom Clancy a part of the cult too?
against law enforcement.
I should make a
Speaking
video
of
like
towers,
this.
let's get on to the actual buildings and how they relate. The first striking similarity that you all have probably noticed by now
Never
are the
surrender.
two towers.
Oh, yeah.
If you've ever played Oregon, which if you're watching this video, you probably have, you know exactly what I'm talking
I wonder
about.
how that looks
As you
inside.
can see in these photos, both buildings have a big
Like, I
and a
wonder if
small
it's the
tower.
same inside.
Both buildings also have a room on the second floor that is to the far right of the building relative to the street, which resembles the armory in the game. It's also kind of ironic and most likely intentional.
So this is the armory that was. Oh, this is how they had the police scared as hell, intimidated outside. Because they had an actual armory inside the building.
That Ubisoft named that room Armory because the whole reason law enforcement started investigating the Mount Carmel Center in the first place is because of allegations that the group was stockpiling weapons.
Oh.
Now, I don't want you guys to think that the Mount Carmel Center is a carbon copy of Oregon,
But it was allegations though. No, they started shooting back.
because it isn't. It looks like that Ubisoft only added the front half of the building, but didn't add the other half because it would make the
That's
building
what I'm saying. Look, I'm trying to tell y'all, Ubisoft, if y'all watching this, y'all should rework it into the full building. Like, think about it, right? Okay, this could be art. This could be kids and an armory right here. You make a hallway. What? Make this like another attic, and then that connects all the way to the second building with a whole nother armory, and then a basement down here. That motherfucker literally gonna look like Bartlett University. Dead ass. It's gonna be one of the biggest maps in the game. And then a whole nother building on this side. This is why Tom Clancy needs to hire Dejohn04. Y'all need some more African American individuals up in there. Okay.
too big, but they still relatively have the same layout. Now moving inside the building, there are a couple rooms that, with the context of the Waco
Y'all can't,
siege,
bro. Let me know in
are
the comments.
pretty
Y'all can't
disturbing.
tell me that wouldn't be
The first
fire.
room is meeting. Now this is where David Koresh would preach or brainwash his followers. This is what it looked like inside the compound.
Oh yeah, I'm never going to meeting ever again. Yeah.
You can see all of the rows and the altar that Koresh would preach from. The second room that is pretty disturbing is the classroom. We know that David Koresh had children ranging from infants to 12 years old in the compound who were
This is
homeschooled to keep the
disturbing.
communal lifestyle that they strived for. There were about 21
Ubisoft,
children
y'all
who died in
weird
the
as
fire,
hell.
so seeing this room in game is definitely creepy and off-putting. Moving
Hey,
upstairs,
why?
we got
Nah, fuck just the.
who died in the
just the
fire,
classroom
so
and
seeing
the
this room in
kids.
game is definitely creepy and
Why the hell is there a gorilla poster that says "Not my ancestor"? That's what we need a video on. That's what we need a video on. Why is there a gorilla poster that says "Not my ancestor"? What is going on here, Tom Clancy? Huh? I'm trying to say.
and off-putting. Moving upstairs, we got the armory,
This
which
shit
I've
is
kind of
crazy.
mentioned earlier,
Ubisoft
as well
got
as
some-
all of the bedrooms
Hey.
like bunks, kids' dorms,
That's that.
Game
What's the
room.
name?
and the master bedroom.
Illuminati shit. No cap.
In the real compound, this is where they would spend most of their time relaxing and sleeping. Also, this is just an inference, I definitely could be wrong, but the attic window off the slanted roof kind of looks like where the ATF breached from in one of their failed attempts to enter the building.
That's a reach. That's a reach. That's a reach. You just making shit up. That's a reach. That's a reach. It doesn't look nothing like it, bro. Damn, this real video footage? What were they shooting? Oh man, that's scary. Yo, shout out to all the police officers who actually went out there, bro. You gotta be brave to be a police officer. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out to all the police officers out there in the world, man. God bless. They risk their lives every single day for us. Every single day, bro.
I'm rolling.
Also, while editing,
Imagine just being out there recording. Hell no. You better be paying me at least 500 bands a year. At least.
this, I found out that when the FBI started using tanks to inject tear gas into the second floor, the members of the cult moved to a bunker where they donned gas masks and waited. This place also matches up with the bunker in Oregon. There are also a lot of small Easter eggs throughout the building, like posters that promote
Okay, here we go. Now talk about the damn gorilla poster, Surge. Come on, and I'll stay subscribed.
sovereignty and gun ownership, as well as spray painted words on the walls like "still alive" and "leave us."
And gorilla, not my ancestor. What about that?
Overall, Oregon may appear as just a surface
I'm
level map,
unsubscribing. You're
but there's
done.
more to it than meets
Never
the eye.
react to an R6
Now when you
Surge
get
video ever
Oregon
again.
in a ranked match, you will know the true disturbing story that it is based on.
Damn. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, dude. My mind is blown, nigga. I ain't even finna hold you. I thought Oregon was just a normal map. My question is, why did Ubisoft actually add that into the game? Why has they never spoke about it ever? They would have, like, you know what I'm saying? They should at least tell us why they added that bitch. You feel me? But hey, man, learn something new every day. Shout out R6 Surge, original video link down below. Be live on Twitch later tonight. Getting Diamond live with viewers. Make sure y'all boys pull up. Tell y'all boys. April, man. Make sure y'all boys tell y'all mama you love her. Tell y'all mama I love her. Saying, I chat. See y'all boys tomorrow.